Just a boy from East Tennessee. Just got God, my family, and me. Work my fingers down to the bone is the way I was raised and the way I was shown. Southern life is the life of me. It's the way I'll always be. Southern life is the life of me. It's the way I'll always be.
Welcome back to the Southern Life Podcast, #1 podcast in the world that you've probably never heard of. Probably. So that's how these are going to start from now on. #1 podcast in the world that you've never heard of. And for episode number 6, by the way, we're back on the couch. This is where it all started at. I've been at a few other places, so we got back to the couch for episode number 6. And just in case you don't know who I'm accompanied by today, we've got my little brother, Connor. Yep. Little brother Isaac, and my dad, Tommy. So, and these guys here have their own YouTube channel called Little Southern Brothers. It's been around for about a year now, so we're going to have them talk about their first year doing YouTube, how they have a video almost at 1 million views, and just the daily life of trying to film YouTube videos while you're working on a daily job as logging. So hop in all that here in a minute, but yeah, so August was 1 year, right?
Yeah.
1 year doing YouTube. So we're going to get into that here in a minute, but thank you guys for being here. I know a lot of you guys like the podcast. I have a pretty solid little group that enjoys the podcast a lot. I thought about going away from podcasts, but I realized I really enjoy doing these. It's fun to just sit down and talk with whoever. I'd like to have some guests in the future. I know I've had a few people that have said they want to be on here, so I really need to work on that and make these more consistent. It's been about 2 months since we posted a podcast, and but I love the way podcasts work. It's fun sitting down and talking, and I don't take near as much time to edit and stuff. And now we've got fast Wi-Fi, so these hour podcasts won't take 3 days and 3 nights to upload. And by 3 days and 3 nights, I mean there's been many times you can ask her. I've been trying to upload a podcast by Saturday morning, and for whatever reason, my computer, after it's been uploaded for so long, I don't know if it's some kind of mode it's set on or some kind of setting, but once it's been uploaded for so long, it goes into a sleep mode. I guess try to save the battery somehow, and you have to run your fingers over the pad to make it keep uploading. So there's been many nights the laptop has been beside the bed, and I've set an alarm through all the hours of the night. That way I can wake up, run my fingers across it, keep it uploading, then go back to sleep. So this new Wi-Fi is a great blessing in upload these podcasts. A 20-minute video takes about 10 minutes now, so that's awesome. So this shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to upload. So the podcast, now I have no excuse not to make them. Like I said before, I thought about going away from them, but I think they're here to stay. So I said all that to say this, guys. If you enjoy the podcast, slap a like on the video. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know if you enjoy it. Let me know if you're new to the channel. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the big subscribe button, guys. Down there, it's free. After you hit subscribe, hit the bell. Every time I post a video or a podcast, you'll get a notification to your phone, computer, or TV, and you'll know I posted a video. So do all that. Really appreciate it. And let's get into the podcast. So, like I said, we're accompanied here by the 3 members that are Little Southern Brothers. And so, like I said, it's been about a year in August. You got something you want to say? You're awful jumpy.
No.
You don't want to run this? You're jumping around. I thought you might want to take charge.
No.
Oh, you didn't want to get on the spot? Well, so, like I said, it's been a year in August since the YouTube started. So, I want to go back to the very beginning of when it all started. The very first thing that was filmed, I know I was there the day the first camera was purchased and stuff. So just walk me through the very beginning of Little Southern Brothers. Real quick, let's give a little bit of criteria here. The channel's at what, 27.5 thousand subscribers?
Yep.
So 27,500 subscribers. I think it has maybe 1.6 million views as a total. So nothing. I mean, that's pretty good numbers for your first year of YouTube. a lot of people really grind and struggle in their first year or even longer. I know mine. I mean, it's been a grind, just trying to get the subscribers up and stuff. But even people I watch all the time, they say how hard it is to get a channel's fan base built up, if you want to call it that. So I just want to throw it out there, guys. Pretty successful YouTube channel, just for being 1 year in. So I'll turn it back over to Jens again. So Isaac, take him back to the very beginning of the channel. Day number 1, what did it look like?
So we went on a trip to go get a camera for Colin's school thing, and he filmed a little video eating at Cracker Barrel, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Showing all the food and stuff we got. And that was the first video, so that's where it began.
So when you say like a school project, if I get this wrong, tell me. Like where they homeschool, they get like a grant type deal for like entrepreneurial stuff. So a camera was one of the options to get, right? Yeah. So went and got a GoPro, and that was the first purchase for the YouTube channel. And where'd we go, Connor, after we bought the camera?
Cracker Barrel.
Well, first of all, we tried to buy one at Best Buy. That didn't go too good, did it? Mm-mm. We ended up walking out of there, didn't we?
Yeah.
You remember that?
That's where we got it.
Oh, we did. I thought we got it at
No, Target.
Oh, we got the accessories there, didn't we?
What?
Target. We tried to go in Target and get it, but they didn't have.
I thought we got
one.
I thought we got some stuff for it at Target, maybe like a memory card.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Best Buy, and this guy refused to get a camera out of the box or out of the display because we wasn't wearing a mask. But he had a mask on. So this is pretty much like at the height of COVID. What was the very first video that was filmed? I think it was private for a while, but what was the very first video that was filmed on there?
Was cutting corn for the cows.
Cutting corn for the cows?
Mm-hmm.
And that's after you bought it, right?
Yeah.
Well, what was that video about?
It's about going out in the thing and getting the machete and cutting it down.
So he was cutting down corn for the cows?
Yep.
He was cleaning out the garden, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cleaning the garden out? Well, I guess, let's see, when's the first time the camera actually went into the woods? Like, who brought it? Whose idea was it?
Yep.
Why did you want to take it in the first place?
Isaac.
I don't know why we took it, but I
Isaac.
just grabbed it, went to the woods, took the camera bag, and just went over and showed Dad, found us all getting out trees and stuff, and it just kept on growing.
So I know, like, whenever he first came over there with the camera, did you really want to be filmed, or was you just like, what wasn't really happening?
Well, I really wasn't looking to be in front of a camera, but it just worked that way.
Yeah.
As a foul saw and here he stuck it. I know when he stuck it in front of my face that it was on then. But anyway, yeah, it's just more or less to help them out, give them something to put out on film.
Yeah. So at the very beginning, did you ever think it would ever become something like it is today? I mean, did it ever seem like it was even a possibility? I mean, forget even thinking that it would become that, because I don't think, I'm sure whenever some people start YouTube channels, they have goals they want to hit, and, but.
I think their first goal was 200 people watch it, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First year,
They
wasn't
could
it?
just get to 200 views as wasn't it views?
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought 73 was tons of views.
Yeah.
It was this big.
I can remember it because I think I had like 550 subscribers at the time, and I can't remember. I remember he posted a video about the corn or something like that, and I remember maybe getting a call or something like that, and Jens said Jens had like 7 subscribers, and Jens's corn video had 17 views, and you're like, I don't know how we got 17 views if you've only got 7 subscribers. And I'm like, well, people don't have to be subscribed to your channel to watch your videos. And then like it's like people don't understand how they have 1 million subscribers but only get 400,000 views. But people will subscribe, forget about you, or maybe not even watch the video or something like that. But yeah, I remember whenever 10 subscribers or 5 and 17 views was a big deal, you know. So the first video that really took off and started doing well was that video you're talking about, right?
Yeah, the first one.
That was the first one that actually took off.
Vlogger.
Now, had it been uploaded a while before it took off, or did it take off pretty soon?
It took a while. It was slow at first, and then it started growing pretty fast. Hundreds and then thousands, and went on.
And that was that the same? What I was doing there, I know. I think the title probably is what sold it.
Yeah.
Just hit the algorithm the right way somehow, and the rest is history somehow.
Yeah. Showed Dad found the saw, went and checked the oil. Showed
you checking the oil, and then
skid and maybe
we went down under Hardtack Hill and cut that big red oak, didn't we?
Yeah, and then.
And you took a load out. That was about it.
Yeah.
So,
Mentioned you were 12-year-old skidding the log out.
Yeah.
Running that skidder, so that's what that's what Donna named it, so 12-year-old auger, so I guess that's how it got its name.
do you think they would have took off like they did if the age wasn't part of it? Like, just looking back, it has, so it's good that it has, but do you think if it wouldn't have been like these kids are running heavy equipment and doing all this dangerous stuff, do you think it would have took off like it has if the age wasn't part of it?
I'd say it had a lot to do with it.
I mean, you think it's like kind of like a monkey shooting basketball. You don't say something like that every day.
Right.
Forget the age. You don't see people, or even young people at all, really do this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm sure they do a lot, especially where we're around from, but you don't see it much, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I surprised people so. I don't know what word I'm looking for.
People were shocked.
Interested.
Yeah, interested or shocked. I just thought it was everyday life around where we're from, and a lot of country kids are raised that were.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much now as it used to be, but I couldn't believe people was impressed with 2 kids out of work. I thought that was the way it's supposed to be.
I don't know when did the haters start talking about how people were shocked. I know, speaking about hating comments. Was there a lot of them on that video? About people saying, "Oh," because I know in the very beginning there was just hate comments all the time. Yins are going to go to jail for these boys running these trucks and these skidders. Yeah, OSHA going to find yins or something like that. So, did that start on that video, or did it take a few of them really start kind of coming in? So I remember, especially in the beginning, I don't think it's getting much anymore, but is that kind of whenever those started too?
Yeah, the first video.
I don't really know. I didn't keep up with the comments a lot. Donna did, and the kids. But she'd point it out, and then I'd read one somebody.
Yeah.
So,
The hate comments was telling you don't know how to file a saw.
well, the first negative thing he said was I didn't know how to file a saw.
Oh yeah.
Filing it wrong.
But that's all right. That's part of it, I guess.
As long as you stay
I
sharp.
know when you started that was going to be part of the process.
Yeah. How do you handle hate comments whenever you get them? Do they bother you?
Yes.
Does hate comments bother you, Connor?
No.
Which
They don't
comment?
bother you?
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks for your comment.
Yeah.
It's probably pushed my buttons more than anybody.
Well,
it ain't really a big deal, but after doing something all your life and people start saying you don't know what you're doing.
whenever it's clearly cutting fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't saying I'm doing it. I mean, everybody's got their own way of doing things, but I ain't the best at it, but I guess it challenges your manhood.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And
just
I probably try to respond a little bit in a video or two. Probably didn't help us none. Or to kept my feelings to myself, I guess.
well, the day and age we live in, people just want to rise out of you. and they just feel more comfortable doing it behind a keyboard than like actually in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the same people that's behind a lot of these comments on videos. You know, the comment looks like they're about 6'5", 250. You know, and they're probably $110. You know, 5'5" or something like this. You know, walking around hiding in somebody's basement. But that's the day and age we live in. People are a lot more loud on the internet than they are in person. You know, and you know, I'd say the people saying that you couldn't file a sale are probably the same ones put on a chain bagger. You know, so walk me through a normal day of filming a video. Do you have an idea of what you're going to film before you go out there? Do you have kind of an idea of what the video is going to look like? Do you just go out there and just film whatever and just give it a title later on? Do you just have certain days you just try to film on, do a video a week, or just walk me through the thought process here. By the laughs, it looks like, oh, what's the thing?
We just throw a camera up and tape, and Mama works the magic.
Mom says get good footage. So.
Mom says get good footage.
Yeah.
What is good footage?
I have no
We
clue.
don't know.
You don't know yet.
We just
Well, obviously you know something, but it's doing pretty good.
Mom makes it look pretty good with her magical editing skills, don't you? You make the videos look good.
She's actually.
we don't have a plan. We don't have what we're aiming for every day. Sometimes a few videos we told what we was wanting to achieve that week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think the week we went on vacation, we needed 3 loads of logs, and we sort of focused on that thing, didn't we?
Mhm.
Then the rest of it's just pretty chaotic.
Just go film and see what happens.
Whenever the new saw come in, we sort of focused on the new saw, and then we focused on the truck. Old Diamond Rio a few times, driving it.
Now the Diamond Rio is the one that has really blown up, right? Or was it the Army truck?
Dixie on.
My army truck.
That was the
Connor
green
driving
Yeah.
driving the Whistling Dixie is what really got all the views. It's
Now, how did that
Isaac, yeah.
What did that one do? Now, I don't remember that one. I don't even ever really remember that one being anywhere from 1,000 to 100,000. I don't remember it being even in that number. It's like it went from a little bit, and the next thing you know, it's at like 300,000. Like now, that one took off pretty much immediately, right?
Yeah.
If you, I don't remember it perfectly. That's been how long ago?
About
That
8,
was
6 months.
8 months.
8 months ago. Yeah. It's at 790 now, ain't it?
My video.
I don't have no idea.
Like the real, yeah,
It got the started. Was the 12-year-old logger.
yeah, and it's at
Then
about
he
90 something.
drove
Right?
out. Yeah, he's hipped at 90, but then he drove out a load of logs out in that Whistling Dixie, and that's the one that really just, I don't know why, but it just took off.
Yeah. That one has hit the algorithm the right way somehow. I mean, whenever people say, guys, hit the like button, guys, please leave a comment, all that stuff, we're trying to get a little piece of that pie. That's why we always say that. That's why they always, I don't know if you guys mention hitting the like button or anything.
Yeah.
We try to. We can't remember to do a whole lot of shout outs or anything, do when we're taping.
But if you ever watch YouTube and people mention that, that's why they say that, because it's really important, because everyone wants to ride that algorithm wave, because that's how you get on complete strangers' home screen. You know what I'm saying? Like people that have never even watched you or even heard about you, that you get put in front of their eyes, and that's why everyone is so adamant on saying hit the like button, please leave a comment, please just comment something. I don't care if it's negative, just comment something.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's also hilarious about people that leave hate comments. Really, they're helping you in a way, because they're giving interaction to your video and stuff. But
it ain't all hate. Sometimes it's just a disagreement on how they do.
yeah,
It ain't always per se hate comment.
yeah.
That
So that
first one, whenever he drove that Whistling Dixie out, there's a lot of people replied they actually must have thought he was driving out on a highway.
The road.
We're just driving down a log road, 2 mile an hour, you know, and so a lot of people commented about being out on the road, you know.
He got a license.
But it's a helping him learn for when he does hit the road, ain't it?
So like whenever the driving's been taking place, for you that don't know, it's always in the woods, right? I mean, it's never on an actual road. Like
we try to abide by the law.
Yeah, best you can.
People
You better
sort of thought we was out trying to drive up and down the main road, didn't they?
12-year-old logger drives 50 miles to the mill.
Yeah, it's about a mile through the woods, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're still driving. And then old Connor, he got in the Diamond Rio and started driving it. And some of them got 20,000. I don't know, things have changed on the viewing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just our channel or what, but we went from 20s to 5s to 4s to 3s.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know, it's just slowing down in a sense. But
We'll see. You'll hit that. It's like you'll post and Jens hit the mother load. Pretty much is what happened. I mean, Jens had like a crazy jump that even people that we have met through YouTube and we talk to through YouTube, they even say that they've never seen nothing grow that fast in that amount of time, right? We know Wade from Logger Wade. You guys know, probably have watched him some. Even he said that he's never seen a channel just take off and grow in such a short amount of time, and he's at 100,000 subscribers.
yeah, he's 70, 80 now.
Right.
I think he's around 80 something.
Around 80. Well, see, that someone that's been doing it for that long, and whenever he says that, okay, he probably knows what he's talking about. But see, you hit those big bursts of people, and then you just do your best to hold on to as many as you can. You know what I mean? So Jens had that, out of 800,000 people, Jens latched on to however many you want. It could be 25,000, or however many people will watch your video every time it comes out. 5,000, 10,000. Just as many people as you can reach, you try to hold on to them as good as you can. That's why it's so important that, like, sometimes I'll say I don't want to put out like a bad video or one that doesn't really make no sense or nothing like that, because you never know who's going to watch it. If that one does well and everybody's like, gosh, this stuff stinks, this ain't no fun to watch at all. That's why it's so important to put effort into every video you do, because if you just film something halfway, then everybody's like, good Lord, this ain't no count, I don't watch this.
Yeah. The funny thing about, people talk to us about wanting advice on how to create a YouTube channel, how to make it do what it done, and we're just stuck back like we don't know how, because really we've been doing YouTube a year, putting it on the screen. I probably hadn't watched YouTube a year before that, because I just got introduced to it. I didn't even know YouTube existed. Yeah. And people started saying, well, I watch YouTube, and it started seeing it on the TV, and I started watching a few channels that way, and it's probably not been a year before that we even started putting stuff on it. Yeah. So that's sort of funny, go from, I didn't really know nothing about YouTube, even just to watch,
Well, you can even buy.
I don't know how many years YouTube's been going, but.
Well, I want to say, I think I remember YouTube really becoming really popular whenever I was in high school. So around 11 to 14, during that time span, it became pretty relevant. Because I remember, at school, you'd go and watch YouTube videos of just different stuff, like basketball or football or just all kinds of stuff on there. And it became really popular. I mean, you can even buy a TV through YouTube. I mean, just have, which a lot of people now, they don't even have dish anymore or satellite or nothing. They just watch YouTube. I mean, because that's all they ever do. But I remember it became pretty relevant. I know it really took off, probably like 15, 16, it really started taking off. Do you remember me coming to you and asking about making YouTube videos before? When they were just me and
I
you
remember
and
you mentioning over the years.
just making
something about
videos. Like, not when I started this channel you're watching now, but I remember whenever it was kind of taking off. I remember I went to Dad and I was like, we should film YouTube videos of us vlogging.
Mm.
You remember that? And I remember like, at that time, no one, you probably hadn't even heard of it, had you?
I didn't know nothing about YouTube until this, like I say, a little before what we started, probably a year.
But like,
I got like watching certain channels, you know, that I got used to. My first thing I ever got interested in on YouTube was Reed Flake and Flake Out.
Yeah.
He'd say, but
he still posts?
yeah,
He does?
yeah, he's pretty big in it now. But I really got into, he does ranching and cattle and horses and that stuff I'm sort of interested in. So I'd always try to keep up with him. So one of the first channels I ever got interested in. And then Swamp Loggers, we watch it a little, and Wade, and you know, just more of what you're interested like. Sawmilling and things like that. And that's sort of where we've come to. And I didn't realize there was that much of a demand watching logging like we do, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't figure nobody cared about that.
Well, I feel like some people like what you do, and then some people like who you are, you know, and that's the two main things. Like, there's some people that'll watch you, and it don't matter what you do, they just like watching you, you know what I mean? And some people, they might like you alright, but they like what you do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing. But like, just talking about, like, whenever I first brought YouTube up, that was probably about 15, maybe early 16, and I'm telling you, the people that got into YouTube when it first hit, you know, like, they probably wasn't 25% of the people that watch YouTube now that was watching it back then. Like, I hear guys now talk about 100,000 subscribers back in the early days was like 10 million now, you know what I mean? Just because YouTube wasn't that big of a platform now. But those guys that got in on it early, they're sitting at like 10 million subscribers now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
now there's a lot of, I don't really think it's competition amongst the channels as much as it is competition for the views.
yeah,
There's only so much TV you can watch in now.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you know, so people's gonna watch what they're interested in.
Yeah.
You know, and then like there's a lot of logging, different types of logging and stuff.
yeah.
So I mean, people's gonna pick out the ones they're, like say, interested in their personality, and then just see what they're doing every day. You know.
If you don't make good videos, if you don't put some effort into it anymore, it's hard to get views. It really is, because anything you try to do, there's someone else doing it, and they might be doing it better than you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just,
Keeping people's interest is a big thing. I mean,
it's hard.
There's a lot of people click on your video, but they may not watch but 2 minutes of it.
Yeah.
So I had all that I want, you know.
Yeah.
They clicked on, and I guess you got a view out of it, which that's one thing. But if they don't watch the whole thing, you know, the algorithm probably starts detecting that and starts not promoting it like it ought to. I guess I don't really know how all that works. But.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's only so long you can do the same thing and keep growing, you know what I mean? It's like, even, just saying for an example, Dude Perfect, I don't know if you guys have probably have heard of them. I mean, they're one of the biggest channels on the platform. 30 million subscribers, I think, 40 million, something like that. Or
67.
67 million? 67 million
They've got 'em
subscribers
all.
on YouTube. I mean, they started with trick shots, but I think they figured out they could do better if they mixed it up a little bit. Now they do segments at a desk called Overtime, and they do. They've started a new series now called Bucket List, where they just go into all this insane stuff. And it just blows my mind that people are able to go have these experiences just off making videos. I mean, they literally get, not only they get to do it, they get paid to go and do this stuff. and it just blows my mind. Like all they gotta do is film it. I mean, they have editors, and I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of thought goes behind it and a lot of planning and all this and that. But is that not just crazy? People get to do this stuff.
You think about trick shots. There's only so many trick shots you can come up with, you know.
Yeah.
Then that's like logging. There's only so many ways you can cut a tree, or you know, until it becomes the same old stuff.
I've heard them say before they never want to do the same one twice. Like they've never put the same shot in that. They've never put the same trick shot in 2 videos. They've never the same one twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's pretty crazy to think about. They've never done the same one twice. But I think that's just talking about how you have to keep switching it up to keep people interested, you know?
Yeah, every day you can't just hook a log to a skidder and take off. And you know, sometimes you gotta mix it up. And,
Different angle or something.
yeah, that's something changes it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Having a, what you call that, where you just see it on time lapse,
Yeah.
you know.
Quick.
Sometimes that'll make a loading of logs look better, you know.
Well, I've been trying to talk Mom into ordering a drone. I think that would add so much. I think that would do so much for y'all's videos because you can fly over the trees and you can see them and maybe film them as they're falling. I mean, I think that'd be so cool to see. Like, or even as the skidder's pulling them, you could, from up top, you could see it snaking through there. And especially this work over here on my land. I mean, I would love. There's actually a boy I know. I'm going to see if he might want to come over here and film some drone shots of it. I mean, I don't have one yet. If I don't buy one soon, I'd like to have some shots of it before it gets sowed and all this and that, you know, because that'd be something cool to look back on later on whenever it's all standing in fields and stuff. You can see the progress it's made. But I think that'd be something pretty cool to have on y'all's videos, is seeing some drone shots.
Yeah, about all of them do anymore of doing that.
If you instead get a drone, who's going to fly it though? Who do you think will be the pilot of the drone?
Wouldn't be me, I'd crash it.
At
I
least
guess
2
it'd
of them.
be Ike or Connor.
Think you can fly a drone, Con?
I don't know.
Well, guys, we're going to take a real quick break and we'll hop back into this in a second. We're going to ask a few more questions. We're going to pin the boys down here and ask them some questions
All
we'll
right.
answer.
Jaws ain't moved a whole lot. He needs to
No.
say something, don't he?
And he was all excited to begin with. I don't know what happened. He just kind of fizzled out a little on me.
You're hidden behind that leg, ain't you?
Guys, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in just a second. All right, now we're back. So now we're going to get into some individual questions for you guys because we realized the boys didn't do a whole lot of talking on the first part. So we're going to just nail this down and make us talk here. So first thing I want to do is, Connor, who is your favorite YouTube channel to watch? If you can't pick one favorite, give me a few favorites. You can pick a few if you want to.
Okay.
On a normal day for Connor Baldwin, what are you watching on YouTube?
So, first is Cold Corn Star.
Cold Corn Star?
Up to the
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
that way.
Cold Corn Star, and then the second one's probably. The second one probably Wasteland Diesel.
Westland Diesel?
Yeah.
Okay, who else?
And then the third one would probably
Alright, those are enough. Let's go to Isaac. Because he might share some, so let's not. If you want to say what he wants to say, okay? Alright, Isaac, who are you watching on an average day?
I don't know.
They might be watching you because, like I said earlier, this is the #1 podcast in the world that they've probably never heard of.
I like Seek One. I like watching them hunt and Kendall Gray.
Kendall Gray.
Yeah.
Why do you like Kendall Gray for?
He's hyper.
Miss Hyper.
Yeah.
I think I was an understatement.
No.
I got this pocket knife here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of not. Picked it up on the side of the road and like skin me a squirrel. That's. I mean, he's like that the whole time, ain't he? Where's he at? Up in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
No, sure. part. I just know he's Kentucky.
We actually know somebody that knows him.
Yeah, I think there's actually somebody that watches the videos
Gary
that knows
West.
him. Now, does he know him, like, personally know him, or?
Yeah, his
He live down
wife
the road from him.
teached him in school.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of stuff going, ain't he?
Yeah,
Well,
he's got knives.
What'd he say? His wife did what?
What?
Like a tent on it.
What? His wife teached him.
Yeah, teached him. He
Teach
makes-
him all he knows.
He makes shirts, knives,
Fanny packs.
Fanny packs.
Why?
We're plugging Dragon Kindle Grey merchandise on here. What the world's wrong with us?
He makes his own scopes, own knife sharpeners, own fishing lures.
I bet they ain't worth a dime.
What do you mean?
Uh,
I think he makes his own fishing poles too.
And he makes his own gun covers.
yeah, them.
Yeah, them
Makes
things.
his own these things. Dad, give me 2 of your favorite channels to watch.
Two of my favorite.
Yeah, hurry up. It's here.
I don't know for sure. I like I say, you got hooked on replay.
Is that what you watch every day? Just
But
about?
I've not watched him as much here lately as I used to. I've just got different ones. I don't know.
Name the one you watch most. The 2 you watch most.
Probably some kind of news, wasn't it?
I watch a lot
Like
of
Fox.
I try to watch a lot of different ones that we got in contact with, got acquainted with over the years. So I don't know if I actually got a favorite. I just like to watch all different ones.
Yeah.
So Dad's into
I try to support everybody that supports us. It's hard to do because
Yeah.
it's getting now
So
where
many.
you know so many different ones that you can't watch them all at the same time. But
Yeah.
so like I say, there's a lot of competition. It ain't. I ain't saying it's competition, but in a sense it is.
And I'm going to go ahead and say that I think it was implied that in all 3 of y'all's top favorite channels, the Southern Life was. It's just implied, but that it's one of them. Because some might say I'm kind of the pioneer of this whole thing. Some might say, you know what I'm saying? So
You're right there in that, like,
You're like
30.
right here's
I'm top.
right here's Kendall Gray. Right here's Safe One, but you're up there.
that's what I'm talking about.
When you
We
start
got more.
posting.
Yeah. See, like the number one thing with YouTube is consistency, and that's probably the one thing
You don't have to.
Struggle with the
thing
most.
about it, you ain't burning us out lately, have you?
No, see, I'm keeping it fresh. I just don't want to burn these up too much content because I put out so much.
Yeah.
But so
I try to support everybody, but it's hard to get everybody watched. But it's getting spread out now to where so many different ones. You wanna watch their content, but sometimes it's just hard to find time.
yeah,
Now it's your turn.
But-
What's your take favorite?
my favorite.
Yeah.
Are you gonna start asking me questions?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I took the liking to golf. Me and Dad both did. We've not got to play together in a long time though. Well, I was hoping to do some of that before it got cold, but I took a liking to golf. So Good's a channel I like watching a lot because guys about my age and they are very, very good at making golf interesting. Like they're very good at making it entertaining. Because after I started watching them, I realized how many people actually post golf content on there, and a lot of them is like so deathly boring that there's no way you could watch them long periods of time. But like them, like just their personalities and the way they put their videos together and stuff, like it's so addicting to watch. But like, I just goes to show you, like how the effort you put into videos. Like you can take just golf. These guys over here can do videos, and it's like crickets. You're falling asleep, and then the same concept of video, it can be just like you can't take your eyes off the screen on me. So Good's a channel I like watching a lot. They do golf challenges. They do all kinds of stuff on there. They're hilarious too. They have a podcast too. During like sports season, I like Talking Vols. They've got a channel over there. If you're a Tennessee fan, go show them some love on their channel. Talking Vols. They do a lot of live streams. They cover all Tennessee athletics. I really like watching them. I'm right there with Connor. Whistling Diesel's pretty good. He's funny, and he just destroys stuff, and it's for whatever reason it's entertaining. He goes a little bit over the top sometimes, but he.
Obviously, it's not too much money.
I mean, well, just to go show you how much money you can make on these videos, because I mean, he just buys mint condition stuff, and it just rips it to pieces or just destroys it. Yeah.
But they got
Brand-
had a
brand new
monster
stuff.
truck.
That's what sells his video.
He
I
had a
never forget
monster
this-
truck for a day, and he already broke the
Yeah,
front
he brought it off
axle.
Cletus McFarland and destroyed it already. He always goes back to this one video he made early on, and it was like, we're going to try to see if you can actually drift on banana peels. He's just got a big old stack of bananas, and he just drives his truck over them and just burns out on the bananas. And he just showed how like all them crazy ideas he tried in the past all led him to where he's at now. You know, he just goes and buys farms like crazy. Like he's bought like this one farm, like 500 acres. He just goes and he can just go buy stuff like that.
Because his other farm didn't have a hill.
Yeah, he said he wanted a farm with a hill, so he sold that one and bought a new one because he wanted a hill. He said he was somewhere. I'm not going to tell him this too long, but he was at an auction and he was buying a tractor. And he was like, buying stuff's easy. Just write a check. He said, I don't have no money in there, but I just write a check and they take it and you can buy stuff. He said it don't even matter if they have some money in there or not.
And then he said, auctions are so fun to go to. You just put higher numbers than what they got and you win
Yeah,
every
he said,
time.
and he said, I don't see what the big deal of auctions are. My grandpa used to talk about auctions like it was hard to bid. He said, just go put the higher number in and you always win. It's like the highest bid was 30,000. I bid 78,000. I just won easy. Like no one even got close. And it was like, yeah, like he's all the time talking about stuff like so stupid. Like it's just the way he makes his videos funny.
And then his truck couldn't pull the hill, and he goes to stop, and his tires won't stop him. So he slides over a hill with his truck and trailer, and just bends the whole back end of his trailer because he couldn't stop.
I guess we've given enough publicity to other channels, but
Next question.
Maybe somebody will benefit from it.
So who's the main filmer whenever we go to film a video? Who's the main one doing the filming here? Or is it
Pretty much
spread
a
out?
group effort. He does a lot of it, but everybody does. I take Isaac sawing sometimes, and he takes himself a skid and rides with them that way, and in the trucks. It's just pretty much whatever you want to tape at the moment.
You always say I need to be in the video when I try to film him. They said you get
Well,
in
it's
it.
about John's.
People was giving you the hard time at the beginning, said you was in them too much, wouldn't they? And say it's supposed to be about the boys. Like it's like they have like their opinion matters at all. They have nothing to do with the channel, but they have the audacity to say that somebody's in it more or too much. Whenever they have nothing to do with
They
it.
act like they're control over the YouTube channel.
That's one thing that irks me a little bit was whenever people that they're not in the family, they don't know us, but they try to act like they have an opinion on how we should handle our stuff. Like with y'all's comment section or whatever, like I'll be honest, there's been a couple times I might have gotten some arguments with people in the comment section. But it's people that think everybody has an opinion, but whenever they think that theirs actually matters is whenever it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I can learn from anybody, but sometimes if they ain't trying to teach you, they're trying to
take a shot at you.
make an opinion.
Yeah. And I don't want to work on staying on track. So I was talking about the channel again. What's one thing that you wish you would have done differently? Anything, if anything at all. Anything you wish you would have. I don't even know how to really put the question I'm thinking about. You wish you would have changed anything about the channel, went in a different direction, done something sooner. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you wish you would have done in the first year that you didn't do? Anyone feel free to answer.
I Can't think of anything.
Go back to my fault, Tony. We didn't know what we was doing to start with, so it's been a learning experience.
Maybe
I don't
started sooner.
Started sooner. Well, see, I mean, talking about that, I always wonder how many we'd have if we would have started it back in 15. Like, I wonder how big it would be by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like a lot of people that are big in it right now started around that time. And if we would have started, you know, around that time, I was curious how it would be. You know what I mean? So let's say what's the goal for year 2? It can be a subscriber number. It can be a
You got this.
it can be a collab. You might maybe want to collab with somebody.
Can I have
Or what's the goals? We'll go around the room here. We'll start with Isaac. Goals for year 2 of A Little Southern Brothers.
all I want to?
Okay.
The next year to have 100,000 subscribers, then get a video viewed over 1 million, and collab Ken's grade.
Okay. That's, I guess, three pretty good goals there. So we want 100,000 subscribers, wants a video with over 1 million views, and then wants to collab with Kendall Gray. Kendall, come through, bud. Come on down to Tennessee. You ain't far away.
I'm still waiting on you, Gary.
Yeah, Gary, come through for the boys. All right, Dad. Let's go. Not Connor.
next.
What's our goals for year number 2?
Probably to get a like one of those plaques that says 100,000.
So you want a play button.
Yeah, I want to.
So you want 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to
Collab with anybody? Something
collab with
Who you want to collab with?
I have to go down and see Larry Wade.
Logger Wade. Okay. Wade? Wade's invited us down before.
Yeah.
So I mean it's just a matter of going down. We need to do that. So you want to collab with Wade. And what was you saying about Wade? It'd be awesome because we could just tear his equipment up and it would be we wouldn't even worry about it. So Wade, whenever we come down to your place and we collab with you, we're tearing up everything and then we're leaving. He's gonna have hoses blowing hydraulic fluid all over the place. He's gonna have
Tiny flipped
just
over.
transmissions burn out and not a drop of oil left in the whole place.
But we're taking all the Huskies and burning them
Yeah.
and placing them.
We'll get Tiny.
Well, that'd be awful expensive.
Load up put all the little tiny Huskies in front of Tiny. You get Tiny and run all over.
Then
You're
replace them with steels.
You're starting a feud there, buddy.
And then just mess with all the steels.
Are you forgetting you're wanting him to collab with you? Might ought to wait until after it's over and start throwing the shade.
Hey, he's already invited us. He can't take it back.
No, we can't do. Alright, Dad. Goals for year 2.
Don't do that.
You've had all this time to think. Put you on the spot.
I ain't really got to go. I hope we keep growing, and I'd hope maybe we can go visit some people we've met. We've talked about going to some things, so maybe that'll be in the future. We'd like to go up there and see Wade, his operation. Maybe go out to
Bobby?
Swamp Loggers is also
Bobby.
Yeah.
Take ball down
They
there.
have a big get up with the YouTubers different places. Maybe we'll go. But I'd like for our channel, one thing I've really been encouraged about it was it's been people said there's been people that's sick said they made it through their sickness watching your videos, you know, and you think, well, that's, you know, and we've had people that's, you know, passed on and things that it was a big part of their life, and they just been a lot of special moments we really didn't expect to enjoy.
Yeah.
Guy up in Michigan, 98 year, was he 98? 98, I was watching our videos, and it's touched a lot of people's lives we really didn't think would happen.
Yeah.
Other than just having a view, you know.
Yeah.
Views are alright, and they're needed, and making a little money wouldn't be bad either, but if your life can be a blessing to others, that's about icing on the cake right there, you know. That's what we're here to be anyway, is be a help and So that's what I hope this year, if we get to continue on, that maybe we're doing our fundraiser for St. Jude. That's a real blessing.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, and that's going on for how much longer? That's
4 more days. We're going to
4
end it on
more days.
Monday night. We're going to have our celebration.
So this right here, so he's going live on Monday night. So this podcast will upload Saturday morning probably, or Friday, or Friday. So you guys, if you're watching this right now, you still have time to go and donate. They're trying to raise $10,000 for St. Jude's. 100% of the proceeds go directly to St. Jude's. So every dollar you give is $1 going towards helping a child battle illness. So yeah, guys, if you can give anything at all, be greatly appreciated. And what I was going to mention earlier, you was talking about, you know, people that have watched us, you know, that have, you know, passed on and stuff. You know, Gary Cecil, the one that you said he was 98-year-old.
No, he wasn't 98. That was another guy.
Another guy. Well, I know Gary Cecil because he
He
commented.
was from North Carolina, Gary.
Okay. Well, I know Gary is one of the first ones that he was kind of one of the first ones that I didn't really know personally that started watching, and he was always pretty regular to comment on the videos, you know, and I didn't even realize he had passed away, and I guess his wife used his account to comment on my video, and I even forgot to mention, I was going to mention the video after that, but I just slipped my mind. I didn't really know how to really go about it. It just kind of took off guard, but I remember she commented and she was like, Landon, I'm commenting on my dear husband's account just to let you know that he had passed away, you know, and she said something like, he loved watching you and your videos and your brothers, and she said, we can tell by watching you that you're gonna be a real family man like your dad, and just wanted to say we wish you nothing but the best and stuff like that. And that meant a lot, you know, and it's just hard to think somebody you had never even met or seen, you know, thought so much of you just by your videos. But you know, that's probably one of my favorite moments of doing the YouTube, you know. No more success than I've had, you know, that's pretty awesome there, you know, just somebody think of you that highly, you know, just by watching your videos, and that's definitely motivating to keep doing it, even if nothing else than just that.
Yeah.
But
what I like about it is keeping it, you know, keeping it real. You know, what you get with us is what you see.
yeah,
You know, we're just out trying to work, make a living, and throw it on TV if it can be a entertainment or blessing anybody. You know, that's just a bonus.
yeah,
It ain't something we're trying to pretend to be or nothing like that, you know. And it's touched people's lives, and then we got to meet people I believe is genuine too. On the live, you know, there's a lot of people gets on there and you don't know if they're real or fake, but there's some of them that's genuine, and we've got to meet some of them, and we've got, you know, like with Gary, you know, I believe they was real genuine people that the channels had blessed. So Southern Life and Southern Brothers both. So that's what this year's been for us, is a lot of blessings in a lot of ways.
What's your 3 goals for the next year?
the next year.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like subscriber number, I would like to be at 10,000. Obviously, because I don't know, I've been sitting at around 3,000 for a while. I'd like to hit 10,000. I would love to collab with some people too. I mean, but probably more than anything, my biggest goal is I want to find something. I just really want to do something that is something I can film, that I enjoy filming, something that does well as far as views. And I'm still trying to figure out what that number is to me, because I'll have some videos hit a couple thousand, 3,000, and then I'll have some that's down there in the hundreds, and I just, such a hard way going about it whenever you just don't know what direction to go in. I mean, I understand once you find a direction to go in, then you know what you're doing, then you can find ways to make that better. But whenever you don't know which way to go for long term, it's so frustrating because it's not that you don't have any effort toward it, you just don't know what to do with the effort. So probably my biggest goal is, I want to have more numbers and stuff. You'd be crazy not to want that, but I just want to find something that is, sustaining, I guess, is the right thing for it. Obviously the podcast, I'm going to make the podcast a lot better in the future. So for the ones that like the podcast or are hanging around for that, I'm hopefully going to be getting a mic soon, and hopefully maybe a better camera for the podcast. I've got a couple of people in mind that I think I might want to make permanent parts of it. A couple of guys that watch that have mentioned wanting to be maybe do a couple episodes. We might do a couple episodes with them. I'm not going to say their names hardly yet, but they've talked about wanting to be in a couple episodes. So if it goes good, who knows? You might make it 3 or 4 people. And for the ones that like seeing Billy on here, I asked him yesterday. He talked about being in the podcast again. Texted him yesterday, nothing. So I tried to get Billy on here. He's just a hard guy to get a hold of. You can't. He's all the time doing something. So I don't know if we'll ever get to make him a permanent part of it or not. If not, it's not on my part. I try to get him. But yeah, I think that's my goals. So I'm not sure how much time. Camera died earlier, so we had to. That's why we're all sitting in different places. But anything else you want to add? Anything else?
Nope.
Obviously, A Little Southern Brothers will be the first link in the description. So if you want to go subscribe to them, and you haven't already, make sure you go do that.
Kenny Dog help us out on our fundraiser. Let's reach that goal of 10,000.
Yeah, I might be able to put the link to that donation in the description of this video. If it's not in mine, it'll be on their channel. So just click the link to their channel. If it's not in mine, because I'm not sure if we know how to put it on mine or not. Probably do, but if not, go to their channel and it'll be over there. What's the total at? Are they close?
8.1.
8,100, I think. Like 1,900 more.
I think there are more. So
unless it's went up today, like I checked it, 8,100.
yeah.
I'm hoping and people just a holding for the live
Finale.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Hold it
Should
back.
be
I hope people do
10 grand
finish.
out there.
I think one of our subscribers is he put a bucket out on his truck and been raising donations that way, and
Oh wow.
he told how much he had to add to it, so that would go up if when he puts his in with
You
it.
gonna match it or something?
608.
He's wanting to believe I think he's wanting to wait till the last day or whatever.
Yeah, he's wanting to
Gotcha.
wait till the last night to
Maybe the finale or whatever.
donate it
Oh,
all.
that's cool.
But anyway, if it's 8,100, that would be a blessing. But we hope to reach the 10,000.
So there's plenty of things going on, guys. So stick around. And
Maybe we'll get to collab with some folks and
yeah.
make
Yes,
it interesting that way.
Still waiting on you, Gary West. Give him a grade.
So guys, if you made it this far, really appreciate you watching the podcast. I'm going to do my very best. Said it before, but I'm going to try to make this a regular thing. And I'm really wanting to get like a little, maybe like get a little building just for making podcasts in. Maybe like a kind of like a little storage building, but set it up to film podcasts in. And call it the podcast hole or something. I don't know. But I think that'd be pretty cool. But thanks for hanging around, guys. Appreciate you watching the podcast. Like I said earlier, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it's free. Big red subscribe button down there. Hit the bell. If you give notifications whenever you post a video, hit the like button, leave me a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and we'll wrap it up for us. So from the Southern Life and the Little Southern Brothers, we'll see you guys next time.